What is up, ladies and gentle tips? How you guys doing today? Today we're doing us a little list video here. One I haven't done in like 6 years, to be honest with you. And I saw Franny telling me, you know what? I wish I saw a video like this, you know, when I started riding. And I'm gonna do a things I wish I knew before riding motorcycles video. I know these videos are a dime a dozen. Matter of fact, I did one of these videos like 6 years ago, but I think I got a little bit more outlook on things than 6 years ago, and plus it doesn't hurt to do a little refresher on vids like that, you know what I'm saying? With new knowledge you may have gained, or whatever the fuck it may be from the experience of the years of riding. But one thing for me for sure, because I'm one of those dudes that when I started riding, I rode on a motorcycle permit, which is like, back when I was riding, you'd spend like 27 bucks or some shit it was, and you get a permit, and that permit was good for a year, and your only stipulations was like, you can't ride with a passenger or ride at night, which obviously I was always doing. But I rode off that for a long time, so I never really did classes or courses or anything of that nature, right? And I had to go through all the dumb shit the hard way, like fucking counter steering, and that's gonna be number one. I really wish I knew what push right, go right, push left, go left was back then. You know, usually like it's kind of like how do you explain it? Usually like turning motorcycles comes like more common sense with people, like it just happens, but unless you know the techniques to actually make it happen perfectly. And another thing you want to do as you're counter steering is look through your turns. I mean, say you're literally getting on a motorcycle for the first time. There can't be anything I say more important than confidently knowing how to turn your motorcycle. And that's the big one right there. So right here, if I'm going, I'm going to look through my turn, and I'm going to counter steer into my turn. That's why you see, if you see any like POV videos of like track days or just anybody doing like canyon runs or whatever, you'll always notice the camera's facing through the turn for majority of those people, because that's how you do it. You're gonna go where you look. So that's the biggest mistake you can make as a brand new rider, is look somewhere but going another way. That's gonna fuck you in the ass in the end. MR2, that thing looks kind of nice actually. So if you're just getting another MR2 that soon together, huh? So if you're just getting into motorcycles, that's probably one of my biggest things I want to tell you. And going from that, I want to go to the contrary, braking before your turns. There's been so many, I've personally seen motherfuckers crash due to their, you know, inexperience, especially if you're on a big bike, a bike bigger than you should be riding. And this one I've seen personally, big time, seen people crash from this, especially on bikes bigger than they should be even handling. And that's making sure you're braking before your turns. Usually how you want to do it is you want to brake before a turn and then accelerate through it. So the biggest thing that you don't want to do is, you know, you're panicking through a turn, you're like, fuck, I took this too fast, and you slam your front brake. Next thing you know, boom, you just low slide and fucking just mash the ground like a damn mashed potato. And slamming your rear brake, you know, you're just most likely going to slide out, the bike's going to catch grip, and you're going to high side, and you're going to fucking somersault through the damn air. So to avoid those situations, always make sure you're braking before your turns. You don't need to be Mr. Cool Guy. You don't have nothing to prove to nobody. Just ride the damn motorcycle and keep yourself safe. Because I'm telling you, like, just one little braking error like that, not only is your bike fucked, but more importantly, you could, you know, you could disable yourself, you know, lose limbs, whatever the fuck it may be. You could fuck yourself royally over just from a single error like that. Like a lifelong injury, or even worse, you know, kill yourself. So definitely don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to do that. And once again, these are things I wish I had the smarts to learn about before me just going, I'm just gonna ride this motorcycle. I can't count how many times, like, blessings I have from when I was first riding and taking corners too, you know, hot, and not knowing what the fuck I'm doing or where I'm going, and, you know, almost eating shit multiple times and somehow luckily getting out of it. But yeah, don't catch yourself in a high side and or low slide. Those aren't fun. And my next one's gonna be one my own girlfriend experience for herself, and picking the right first bike. Now, before you get your first bike, try to look at your atmosphere. If you're in, you know, some Midwest, you know, sister fucker state, and, you know, it's just wide open roads, and, you know, you ain't really got no much more riding than, you know, straightaways and shit. And or if you're in a place like Los Angeles where it's, you know, narrower than a nun slit, you know, there's certain bikes that can help in certain situations. But just as an overall good first bike, perfect example, this bike, a Grom, not a good first bike. I think I've made a video specifically on why this isn't a good first bike. Now, the Grom is the perfect second bike, that's for damn sure. The only time I'd say this would be a good main motorcycle is in Los Angeles. Probably New York too, but I've never been to New York. But in Los Angeles, especially if you've seen my recent LA vids, you can see all too well why a Grom would be perfect for there. You're never going more than 50 through the damn city. The city's narrow as literal shit in like majority of the places throughout the city. And the amount of exploring you can do in LA with this would be fucking awesome. I've always wanted to love to take this to LA, but I can't ride it to LA. Like physically, I mean I can, but ain't no one gonna take a 2.5 hour, 3 hour ride on a Grom just to get there, then explore. Like not me, that's for sure. But picking a good first bike. Now, I think anything from the 500cc range up would be a good bike. I'd be more inclined, like in today's modern times age, I think an MT-07 would be an absolute phenomenal first bike. You got the upright sitting position. It's going to be a bike that once you learn how to ride, once you're comfortable riding, you're just going to be able to still enjoy and still always, you know, you can do freeway speeds effortlessly. You know, it's quick enough to have fun with. The handling's great on it. My favorite one I ever ridden was Garden Snake's. Garden Snake got his MT, and this was before he did the whole off-road shit with it, but his MT-07 before the off-road shit that I rode was the dopest. It's what made me like, okay, this is what I want right here. I wanted that bike after that. Nowadays, more or less, I probably want an MT-09, but the MT-07 is probably one of the dopest motorcycles you can get right now. Like as a first bike, or just in general, to be honest. They're just beautiful motorcycles. And, you know, I can't not mention the old SV650. Those are tried and true engines. They last forever. I knew a dude that had one in his shop. It lasted 200,000 plus miles before the engine blew on it, and even then it's probably repairable and still run after that, to be honest. But very reliable motorcycles, the easiest thing in the world to ride. Can't go wrong with one of those. But because it's your first bike, and I know it's intimidating, you see all these big numbers of cc's, you think like, oh, 700cc, fuck that, man, that's too much. But you got to understand, certain bikes ride certain ways, and each bike has a different characteristic of its power output. Like MT-07s, for example, those are going to be more along the lines of your lower torque kind of bikes versus, you know, a 600cc Super Sport that's going to wind out and gain power as it's winding up to, like, you know, 16K or whatever it may be. So make sure the biggest homework you do is obviously on your first bike when it comes to that, of what you feel like you're going to be doing. If you're going to be doing a lot of freeway riding, obviously go for the bigger cc bike. You don't want a bike like mine right here, where I'm going 54 in my fourth gear and almost wound out to the red line right now going 56. It just ain't gonna work well for you. But we're gonna be taking a quick break here because I'm going to Ramen Coco and getting me some damn ramen. I'll be right back with you after these ramen messages. Now that I had my Delicioso ramen, let's go ahead and move on. And my next one here, it's gonna sound like common sense, but it's also something that you notice 1,000 times more on a motorcycle, and it's looking out for stupid fucking people. You know, those of us driving, we all have people pulling out in front of us, fucking getting over and not realizing there's a car next to them. If you think that's bad, if you think you've witnessed other people's stupidity on the road in a car, wait until you get on a goddamn motorcycle. that shit's about to go tenfold on your ass. Especially me when I'm on my little Grom right now. And, you know, to be fair, it is a small bike, you know, but it doesn't mean that people shouldn't be paying attention to what's around them and whatnot, right? But I swear, man, you will be witnessing the most dumb fuck shit you can possibly witness. And, you know, if you're getting into motorcycling, you're gonna get a bike, make it your mission to always be checking your mirror every, like, you know, 20-30 seconds. When I come up to stop signs and stoplights, I always look behind me in case I see a car ramping up and not paying attention that there's a stopped motorcycle. Like, it does not hurt to be extra, you know, situationally aware, as you should always be, to be honest, car or motorcycle. But you don't want to get slammed into the back of on a bike versus a car, you know what I'm saying? So always check your fucking mirrors, and always look to your lefts and rights. If you're going through it, like right now, I'm going to go through this green light, but guess what? I'm still going to be looking left and right, making sure there's no cars about to run a red light. And I live in San Bernardino, man. There's some dumb shit that goes on here. See right here, see this car? I always wait, look, I see him see me, and I'm like, all right, cool. I actually have no clue where this is going. But I can't stress enough, if you're going to start riding bikes, you're going to have to be about 100 times more alert of your surroundings with cars and whatnot than you would be with a car. And I hate to say this because I feel like a dickhead saying this, but old motherfuckers that when they're like this and they're hunched over upwards, like where they look like they don't even know what planet they're living on, this is just from personal experience. I've been riding for over a decade. There hasn't been more like chances of me almost getting hit off my bike than from those motherfuckers. And I hate to say it, I hate to be a dickhead about the elderly, but a lot of the elderly don't know how to pay the fuck attention. And it's kind of, there's something about like some old motherfucker that like just, like, I'm not talking like almost or anything, like where they deliberately, like say I'm 20 feet from the light and they just go, I'm gonna make my turn now, and they go like that, where it's like up to you to get the fuck out of the way. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that goes hand in hand with what I mentioned earlier about the counter steering, because that's how you whip your bike over like quick, and you know, learning how to actually turn your shit quick and shit like that, you know, it goes a long way. So watch out for old people that look like they don't even know what planet they're on. And another one I think is pretty important, because you're going to be a first-time rider, right? So you have no motorcycle gear. Actually, I think I saw Yammy Boob make a video about this like last year or some shit. And on my video like 6 years ago, I don't know if I mentioned this at all, but gear makes a big importance. I know a lot of you guys don't live in a place like me in California where you can ride year-round and it's not really that cold that much during the year. Now, there's obviously, you want a good jacket, right? That's going to repel cold and repel air. But also, if you live in the heat, you want something that's, you know, perforated or, you know, that's breathable, right? So my most used jacket is ironically this Icon one they sent me like 6 years ago. And it looks like a sweater because it's got a hoodie and shit, but it's all armored out on the inside, and obviously, you know, like skid-proof bullshit or whatever. But you want something that blocks the air pretty good, and there's gonna be one very cheap thing that I'm gonna tell you guys to get, and they'll be your best friend, especially in the cold. See, like this. So you don't know if they're actually gonna stop in the middle or nothing right there. So like that goes back to the situational awareness. But the first thing I'm gonna talk about, now you digging that nose, is a neck gaiter. And it's like a fleece, like tubular thing like this thick that you put on your neck, and it's gonna be a neck warmer basically. And that little neck gaiter is what keeps all the air from going up in your helmet and keeping you warm. That has been my favorite thing in the world that I would recommend honestly anybody get if you don't have one. If you've never got a neck gaiter at this point and you've been riding, then you're fucking up. You need to get one. But neck gaiters are good, and you know, buy your gear around your climate. Like I said, I'm in California, and now I do live at the base of the mountains that's right here, but it's so like smoggy and foggy right now you can't even really see them right now. But when I go in the mountains, it gets fucking cold. That cold mountain air, that'll get you. Look at this guy trying to let me over. I don't know why I'm lane splitting on this when the cars are actually faster than me. The hell, that was a dope ass rat rod. And also, especially if you're a new rider, you know, I think you're going to be a little more prone to going down on your bike. I think everybody's going to experience going down on their bike, or at least dropping their bike. It literally statistically happens to pretty much everybody. And if you've ridden for like years and you haven't dropped your bike then God bless to you. God bless to you. The dude was holding a fucking crack pipe in his hand. Like, not even a weed pipe. I saw the bulb on it and everything. Yeah, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? No, thank you, man. Nice seeing you. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. No shot. That dude knows who I am. You have a good day, man. Man, remember this place that I explored a long time ago? It used to be a dispensary, then it was a McDonald's way in the day, and then there was a basement that I walked down and then explored under there, and just think there's a whole just grounded out basement under there now. That's crazy. Oh my god, something's burning. Someone's burning a fire over here. I remember exploring over here like one time. Oh shit, there's a big wall right there. I would have fucking blown out my mid pipe on this bike. Ugh. So this is why I think Groms are awesome, is because of this shit. This is the only reason. Because of where I live and I can go through this. Oh shit, they made a little opening right here. Used to not be able to go through this. Oh my lord, look at those ruts. Damn, I haven't been out in here in years. I forgot what's even back here. Looks like it goes to streets over there, so let's go up this. This looks like it'll hold me right here. Remember going back to what I said about picking a bike for your climate? This is why you see me in so love of my Grom. Because it's a perfect little exploration bike for shit like this. It fits anywhere, it rides over anything, and you put, like, I put knobbies on mine, so you get that grip in the dirt. And it actually does help, especially in like the sandier climates. Oh, cool little tent city in here. Someone wrote, Foolish Alicia, Lil and Ols. How did they come up with these names, man? Sugar Titty. Nice. We can't be going through like a little wash area without a bunch of trash all over the place. Where does this even go? I don't even know if there's gonna be like an exit here. There's a bridge. Is that like a street? No, it's not. Man, I would hate my backyard to be connected to something like this. Like right here. It doesn't even go anywhere, damn it. Man, I've gained some weight over the last couple months, like quite a little bit, and it shows when I'm like, this bike humbles me to let me know that I've gained weight, because you know, it's a 125cc, you know what I'm saying? If you're a small like bean dick heaven motherfucker and you have one of these bikes, you're gonna thrive on it. I mean, it's obviously still does the job and shit, but I'm just saying, like, you'll notice a lot more out of it. Like, look, she still gets up and goes with me, but if you're like 50 pounds less than even I am, this bike actually is extremely zippy for, you know, a little 125. Especially you got it all modded and opened up and whatnot. Like, mine's about as modded as it can get before, like, you know, doing dumb shit like boosting it. Has anybody even boosted a Grom? I don't even know if anyone's even done that before. Oh! Ooh, I felt the shock through my wrist on that one. That rock got me good. Hope it didn't bend my rim. Let's see. Make sure. Does it still look circular? Okay, it does. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you like some quick little tips. You know, those of you that are newer riders, make a little more modern. Ooh, is that a Miata? It sure is. Miata NB. Nice. do my own little spin on the things I wish I knew, you know, something different. So hopefully this helped you out in any way, shape, or form. Any of you newer riders. I'm trying to think of more stuff that I could say, but I'm at a state right now where I've been riding so long, it's hard for me to get in that mentality anymore of like just riding for the first time. Oh, this place fucking burnt down, this old gourmet diner house. Damn, this road's all fucked up. This actually does go to a little off-road spot up here, like a little on top of the hill action. There's where I just was down there. This is basically just the back route to get up here. There's got to be dickheads up. No, not a singular dickhead. Well, somebody lit a big old fire up here, that's for sure. Damn, is this where like a cartwheel falls off somebody's cart and they come up here to bury it and burn it? Damn. Just saying, all these carts used to once carry groceries around a grocery store. Rest in peace, carts. Oh, there's a tent. I knew there's gonna be a fucking person up here. Oh, he's in there too. I just saw him moving. Damn, this hill goes like straight down right there. If I had like a full-size dual sport, I'd fucking romp that, because that's where I came in at from that street over here, and I was riding along there. But this goes up here. This bike would probably fucking crap out halfway up. What the hell is this that burnt down? I wonder what business this was. Damn. Well, guys, you're always free to ask me some questions if you know, I didn't cover something specifically that you guys had like a worry about or anything, but feel free to ask me in the comments, and if I see it, I'll be glad to respond to you about it. And I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. I really appreciate you guys all watching. Thank you guys. All links will be down below. You know, if you support me in any way, shape, or form, get my shirt, stickers, etc. And as always, you can follow me on Twitch. Come by one of my streams, have a chooch, cheech, whatever it may be. And don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the fuck out of that like button. And you guys have a real good day, and I'll see you guys later. Twist.